Hi everyone, this is Aniket and I am going to explain the solution to the problem triple sort. This was included in the May Long Challenge 2020 on CodeChef. So let's get started. A basic chronology of the video as follows. Let's see the problem description first. The problem given is that we have a permutation of integers from 1 to n and we need to perform at most k operations such that we are able to sort the array in increasing order. The operations performed can be: choose three distinct indices I1, I2, I3, and we can perform a cyclic right shift on them. A cyclic right shift means, suppose we choose the elements 1, 4 and 6 in this permutation. 1 gets shifted to the position of 4, 4 gets shifted to the position of 6, and 6 gets shifted back to the position of 1. So this is basically a cyclic right shift. The position of elements and the order in which they are taken is vital in this. Suppose we take 5, 2 and 7 in this particular order. So 5 gets shifted to the position of 2, 2 gets shifted to the position of 7, and 7 gets shifted to the position of 5. Let's see the thinking process of the problem. The constraint given to us is pi equal to n minus I plus 1 and k equal to n square. So the basic approach would be to first construct the permutation for any example. Suppose we take n equal to 5, the permutation is as follows in decreasing order. Hence we see that the constraint is saying that all the permutations given will be in descending order. So what we do is, a basic approach would be take elements one by one and transfer them to their correct position accordingly. This can be done for n elements in at most k equal to n, and here we are given k equal to n square, so it would be sufficient enough. So let's see. Suppose we take the element 1. 1 should be shifted at the position of 5. So 5 would be our second element. The third element can be chosen any one among 4, 3, 2, such that it's not at its correct displacement position. Here we see only 4 and 2 can be selected, as 3 is at its correct position. So we select 2. You can even select 4. Swapping would give the array as follows. We see that 1 is placed at its correct position. Now we select 2. 2 should be placed at this position where 4 resides currently. Then we can select 1 among 3 or 5. We select 5. So we see the array is sorted in k equal to 2 steps. So what we can observe is that choosing operations such that every element has been considered at least once, we can do this problem in k equal to n at least. Hence this case of k equal to n square is pretty much valid, and we can do it by shifting each elements. So this is a straightforward or brute force approach. Moving further, the other two constraints are only optimizations of the problem in k equal to 2n by 3 and n by 2 operations respectively. Let's see an example. N equal to 12, the brute force would mean solving it in k equal to 12, and optimizing would mean k equal to 8 operations, which is 2n by 3. Optimization 3 or the constraint 3 would mean k equal to 6, which is half of 12, n by 2. Observing the values of k equal to 6, which is exactly half of the total, we get to know that we need to place at least 2 elements correctly in every operations to achieve this k equal to 6. Now some further observations. If possible, we need to select indices such that all three get placed at their correct destination positions after the right shift. Another observation is to not disturb elements already in their correct position. Also, the solution must be in O of n or less. Final solution to the problem is selecting in a greedy approach, that is maximizing the number of elements correctly placed in every operation. This can be done by selecting the first number as any number not at its correct position. but here we prefer to select numbers in increasing order. The second number is the number which is at the correct position of the first number. Similarly, the third number is chosen as the number which is at the correct position of the second number. We continue this process till k operations. We'll understand this better with an example next. Let's understand the solution with an example. Suppose we are given this permutation of numbers from 1 to 12. So what do we do at first is, the first number to be placed is 1. The second number is chosen such that it is the element at which 1 has to be placed. So 1 has to be placed at this position where 9 is currently residing. So our second number would be 9. Now the third number is chosen such that where 9 has to be placed. So 9 has to be placed at this position where 6 is residing. So the elements are chosen in the order 1, 9 and 6. Swapping would give us the array as follows. We see that 1, 6 and 9, all three are placed at their correct position. So this was a basically greedy approach where we place three elements in a single key operation. Similarly, we'll do for other elements such that we maximize our opportunity to place correct elements in the minimum possible operations. Now we select 2 and the number to be placed at 2 is 3. So the second number is 3. 3 has to be placed at this position where 12 is residing. So the third number is 12. So our order would be 2, 3 and 12. So we see that 2 and 3 get placed correctly, whereas 12 gets placed at this position of which was the previous 2. So 12 is not at its correct position. So in this operation, we place two elements correctly, which are 2 and 3. So now we move further. We see that 4. 4 is already placed at its position. So skip it. We go to 5. 5 is also at its correct position. Skip it. We see that 6. 6 was already placed correctly. Skip it. 7 already correct. Skip it. We see the next element 8. We see 8 is not at its correct position. So the first number is 8. 8 must be placed at the position of 10, which is current 10. 10 must be placed at this position, which is currently resided by 12. So the number order would be 8, 10 and 12. Swapping would give 8 at its correct position, 10 at its correct position and 12 at its correct position. So we see that array has been sorted in the minimum number of operations, which was k equal to 4. Let's see the explanation or the implementation part of how do we do the above algorithm. So this is basically the example used earlier. First, we would require a Boolean type mark array, which would denote the elements which are already at its correct position or have been placed at their destination or not. So we mark 1 if the element is at its correct position. So we see that 4 and 5 are there at correct position, so we mark as 1. Else we mark 0. So we move and see that 7 and 11 are only elements which are further at their correct position. So they are marked as 1. Rest all are marked as 0. Another array named position, so that we get the position of the elements accordingly. Like suppose we see that 1 is placed at the position 6 in the original array. So we fill the position of 1 as 6. 2 has been placed at the position of 10. So we place 10 at the position 2. Similarly, 3 is at the position of 2 in the original array. So we have 2 at this index of 3. Similarly, the array has been filled to know the position of elements from 1 to 12. Another array shift has been declared to get how far the current element is from its destination. So we see that 9 is at the index 1 and should be placed at 9th index. So 9 minus 1 is 8. be placed 8 blocks away from its current position. Similarly, this element, which is 3 has to be placed right next, so it's one block away. Similarly, 12 is 9 blocks away, so we have put 9. 4 and 5 are at their correct position, so here we have no change, it's 0. Similarly, 1 has to be placed -5, that is 5 blocks to the left. Let's see how these are important for the implementation when we go through the code walkthrough. Let's see the code snippet walkthrough to understand the code better. So first we run a loop from I to 1 to n in the original array. We declare the position of each element and store it in the array of position. Similarly, we store the element how far it's from its destination. Another loop runs from 1 to n to mark if the element is already at its correct position or not. It has been marked false if it was not at its correct position. So yeah, let's go to the main part of the loop. So we run a loop from I equal to 1 to n. If count was less than k, we proceed further, else we exit from the loop. We check if the element has been visited and it's already at its correct position. If it is so, we continue to the next element. Else we go to this loop. So we see we place the first element at the position 1. Similarly, position 2 and 3 are the corresponding elements according to the algorithm. Now we check when the elements position 1 and 3 are the same. That means 1 and 3 correspond to the same position. That is, we are not selecting any third element. In that case, we continue the loop to the next element. Let's see with an example. Suppose we are having 5, 2, 3, 4, 1, and we select elements 1 should be placed at the position 5. Now when we see that 5 has to be placed again at 1, we can't select 1 as our third element. So it's basically selecting 1 and 5 and again 1 according to the algorithm. So it's wrong and we can't do that. So we cannot select it. Hence we continue. This part will be taken off care in the next slides. So we see that if it was correct, we push the position indices to the vector. And also we update the array elements as they are swapped. Now we update the shift for the new elements because as the elements are changed, their shift has also been reduced or even they can be increased. We update the position of the array and now we check if the position and the new position are matching. We mark it as 1 since the element is at its correct position. Increment count as the operation has been used. Continuing with the part of the code. Next part of the code is basically handling the conditions where the elements were clashing, that is the position 1 and 3 were the same. So earlier we had already sorted the array to an extent and only leaving the conditions where elements position 1 and position 3 were clashing. So here we are handling that too. So the starting part of the code is pretty much the same. Position 1 to 3 are initialized and then we check if I plus shift of I equal to position of I. That is the position 1 and position 3 are clashing. Then we do select a new third because the first and second element have to be placed at each other. So we can't select them, right? So we try to select a new third which is different from these two. So we run a basic loop till the first element such that we get a possible third. If we didn't get a possible third from this range, what we could do is we could take a range from the second element till the last element. And if we got selected, what we would do is we would break off this loop. Suppose if new third and this was not taken, we break off the loop and we push back the answer. This is the most trivial part of the code. It takes a bit of time to understand this. The else part of the code is the condition when the elements are not clashing. This is pretty much same as we used earlier. It's just pushing back the positions as they were already correct. Update the array, update the shift array, and update the new positions as well. Now check and mark if the positions have been at their correct positions. Increment count to know that operation has been used. So this is pretty much the code snippet and you can build upon it. This is just the snippet. Try to write the code following it. The conclusion of this is basically very simple and broken down in 3 steps. Approaching this problem is pretty trivial and requires observation. Basic observation after noting it down would be that we need to swap operations in a greedy approach such that we are maximizing the correct destination swaps in every operations we used. It basically can be achieved by making the most of the operation which we are using and trying to gather as many elements closest to its destination places. So this was basically the problem, and that's it. Happy coding. Thank you.